feeling they can walk through punches. And oftentimes that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, they can't walk through the big shots. They sacrifice some speed for the little power they gain, and that's why it's interesting to watch fighters when they move up 3 and 4 weight classes, as so many of the champions try to do. At what point will they lose their best skills?
Here in round 6, again, Tommy Parks goes to the southpaw stance, or what is kind of a hybrid of southpaw and right-handed stance. And I have to say, it has given Bones Adams a few problems in terms of what to do, but there he comes with the double left hook.
He shows a different look, but when Adams feels that Parks is not going to hit him with it, then he goes in, and he has been able to walk his way through.
Side headlock there by Tommy Parks. Could have gotten in some darn good noogies there. And in the crowd tonight, Tim Tomaszek, the doughboy, who fought, remember him against Tommy Morrison?
Right.
He actually gave Tommy Morrison noogies, and that made every news show, sports news show across America.
Imagine being famous for the one thing.
Calling me Mr. Bernstein, of course, which we thought was appropriate. I assume that's what you're referring to.
What else?
And a little more respect like that, I think, do more often on this. and of course, there was the infamous Jeepers comment, correct?
Absolutely. He gave it all. Made the whole round.
Good left hand by Bones Adams. Drives Parks back.
He tried that uppercut. It was just a little bit short. He may go back to it.
So with seconds remaining here in round 6, it has been much of the same. Adams pouring it out, although Parks lands a good left hook. And as usual, it heats up right at the end of the round.
So I did some checking, and I found out 2.
It must be discouraging for Parks to see Adams being the one to land the jab and controlling behind the left hand.
That's what Tommy Parks anticipated. Now, there you see the gash underneath the eye of Bones Adams. Elmo Adolph indicated to us in between rounds that did come from a clash of heads. So if, in fact, that would for some reason make them stop this bout, they would go to the scorecard.
The rule of after 3 rounds here in Mississippi. Anything under 3 rounds would have been a technical draw, so they now qualify to go to the cards, and Adams would like that, probably.
We would anticipate that he would be ahead. Bones Adams in the green trunks came in there with a 28-3-1 record with 16 KOs. Tommy Parks, 18-7 with 10 KOs from Gulfport, Mississippi. So far, it's been Bones Adams who knocked Parks down in the first round, dictating the pace.
And Parks is fighting like he's protecting a lead here, rather than trying to catch up in this fight. He's emphasizing defense first, but not able to switch into offense too often. For Adams, that cut should not be in a bad spot, no matter how ugly that may get. What concerns everybody is the cut over the eye, which can drift into the eye.
And yet, Dave, normally that's always true, and yet this one is so deep. I wonder if they would consider stopping this at any point because of how deep it is.
And now we've got another one.
Oh, my.
That looks like a clash of heads, too, from the way the blood is flying out of the eye of Adams.
And you see, Tommy Parks couldn't resist the noogie. That was a strong noogie, though. He had him in the headlock, and he hit him. Cut over the left eye of Tommy Parks. Just, and the jab of Adams just hit him. We have a mass of blood in there, folks, because everybody is bleeding, with the possible exception of Elmo Adolph. That cut is very bad over the left eye of Parks.
And we should see a lot of intensity from both fighters, concerned maybe that this will go to the scorecards. They do want to fight.
Well, in either way, good right by Parks. It's a problem for Parks. If it wasn't a clash of heads that caused his cut, he would lose. And if it is, they'll go to the cards.
Where he's
and then
losing
he
anyway.
Probably would lose, yeah.
So he should be trying to step it up and get a knockout here, gamble the best he can.
I hate to speculate, but I would not be surprised at all if that cut stops this bout in between rounds.
all depends how quickly the corner gets to it, how eager they are, and what they see in the eyes of the fighter.
Well, round 7 comes to a conclusion, and the real drama will be acted out now in the minute in between these 2 rounds, which is coming a little late, I might point out. There it is.
Forget about that. Just do what this man tells you here. Fight smart now.
All you gotta do is keep your hands up, keep top, keep moving the way you do.
That's all I'm trying to tell you.
They're deliberating in there.
You got to use your leg, son. Use your leg. Listen, throw and use your leg. I'm going to look at it, and if it starts bleeding his eye, it's going to be trouble. I'm going to have to stop. Okay. I said, no. I said, good doctor. Stop these cuts all the time. Hey, I said.
Well, here on ESPN, Sunday night now means the NFL, and a great matchup. The Raiders and the Chiefs, lots of history to this one. The Chiefs smarting from a tough outing last weekend. It should be an excellent game this Sunday here on ESPN.
And you heard in the corner pretty much having to convince the referee that this fight could go on. You heard, I'm stopping these kind of cuts all the time. There was a question, and this time the cornermen lobbied enough that this fight went on.
And there are the punches through the 7th round as we are into the 8th, and you can see that Bones Adams has gotten the job done.
More than double now.
And the left eye, that cut over the eye of Tommy Parks, will keep a close watch on it, as will Elmo Adolph and the ring doctor. And you can see Adams, it's like target practice for him. He would love to open that cut up again, because he feels even if they did go to the scorecards, because if it was caused because of a clash of heads, he feels he would win.
In a situation like this, of course, you're seeing the officials give a little bit more latitude to the fact these are veteran fighters. Young fighters would not maybe get the second chance that was given between rounds here.
And Tommy Parks is from Mississippi.
Just a little bit of a size factor.
Some small effect on.
You know, I think that would be true even if he was outside of Mississippi this time.
Yeah,
as far as giving him more leverage, because he didn't look like the cut bothered him between rounds as much. Fighters do that. They take it away.
That's true. I pardon myself, or I apologize for being a cynic. I'll never do it again.
Not until the next fight, at least.
Look at the next round. We're in round 8, more than halfway through it, and so far that cut over the left eye of Parks has stayed closed, but there's a left hook by Bones Adams. Adams, the 20-year-old from Illinois, who, Dave, at 20, shows lots and lots of skills. I mean, he's way advanced for his age.
And what you see most in the young fighters at this level is the poise. It's one thing to have the weapons, but he really has a lot of poise, good ring smarts, and cutting the ring off. And shows a good left hook.
It's not often you're 20 years old and you've already fought once for a world title, and even though it was unsuccessfully, he made his mark against a very fine champion in Orlando Canizales.
Made the mark against a fighter who has seemingly been there forever. Canizales.
16 title defenses. Under a half minute left to go here in round 8 for these two featherweights. A reminder, we still have Kevin Kelly, the featherweight champion, in a non-title fight against Pete Talifero. That's coming up after this, after ringside. We'll be back for round 9 as we head toward a conclusion in this one. Stay with us.
Adams hasn't forgotten what got him here. The right hand followed by the left hook, which has been his best shot. And only 18% of Parks' jabs have landed great rounds.
Well, that second statistic you gave as we head into round 9 probably as important as the first one.
Absolutely, because that was supposed to be his bread and butter, especially for someone who likes to use the ring, show the angles. The jab is prevalent, and it's not getting it enough for Parks.
Step back. Don't hold. Step back.
Okay, we look at the punches here in round 8, and it just keeps getting better and better for Bones Adams, a young 20-year-old who's coming back off these shoulder problems. We mentioned he had a shoulder operation. had to really lost 2 fights because of it. Big confidence builder for him, just the fact that he's been healthy in this fight.
And gotten past the 6th round limit. Now he's only got a couple rounds to go. We would think a substantial lead for him. And to get back into 10-round company and get a good root-going win will do a lot for his confidence.
And you had him ahead by a bunch, 7 points. So that indicates that you feel Bones Adams has got things well in hand. I would agree. It is scheduled for 10, so there's only about a round and a half left for Tommy Parks, the 30-year-old from Gulfport, Mississippi, to make something impressive happen.
And this is not his domain. Being the boxer, being behind on cards late in the fight is a terrible place for him because it's so hard for him to get a knockout on these circumstances.
He's kind of like the New York Giants, 3 touchdowns behind in the 4th quarter, huh?
Exactly. Go with the run.